Have you ever noticed how you can work harder, earn more, and somehow still feel like you're standing in exactly the same place? You get the pay rise you wanted. For a month or two, it feels good. And then, almost quietly, life fills the extra space. A slightly nicer car, a bigger place, a few more things you didn't used to need. And by the end of the year, you're earning more than you ever have, and you're no better off than before. Most of us were handed the same simple plan: work hard, earn a good wage, and you'll be fine. So you did. The wage came. And yet fine keeps quietly moving further away. I recently read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and one thing I liked about it was that it doesn't really talk about money the way most finance books do. It's a book about a single idea that, once you see it, is genuinely hard to unsee. And to be fair, this is a book people argue about, and some of those arguments are reasonable. I'm not here to tell you every claim in it is perfect. The useful part is the mental model. So let me share 3 ideas from it that I think are worth carrying around. The first one is the idea everything else rests on, and I think most of us were just never taught it. The book strips it down to one plain rule: an asset puts money into your pocket, a liability takes money out. That's the whole thing. And the reason so many hardworking people stay stuck is that they spend their entire lives buying liabilities while quietly believing they're buying assets. Think about it. The bigger house, the newer car, the upgraded everything. They feel like progress. They feel like proof that you've made it. But month after month, they pull money out of your pocket. They're liabilities, just wearing the costume of success. You know the feeling. You buy the thing that's meant to signal you're doing well, and then you spend the next few years quietly working to feed it. Which sounds obvious when you say it out loud, but I don't think we live like it's true. So here's a small shift I liked. The next time you're about to buy something that feels like success, ask one quiet question: does this feed me or does it feed on me? Sometimes the answer will still be yes, buy it anyway, and that's completely fine. The point isn't to never spend. The point is to stop confusing things that take money out with things that put money in. The second idea explains something a lot of people feel but rarely say out loud. You'd think earning more would solve it: more money, more freedom. But one thing this book made me think about was why a bigger income so often changes nothing. As what you earn goes up, what you spend quietly rises to swallow it. A bigger paycheck just funds a bigger set of liabilities. The treadmill simply speeds up to match your new legs. This is why earning more on its own almost never sets anyone free. If every extra dollar flows straight into things that pull money back out, you can climb your whole career and never actually gain any ground. You just run faster on the same spot. And to be honest, I found that strangely clarifying, because it means the problem was never that you don't earn enough. For a lot of people, the problem is that the extra never gets a chance to become anything. It arrives and it's gone, absorbed into a slightly more expensive version of the same life. You don't need to change your income this week to notice this. You just need to see the treadmill, because you can't step off something you can't see. The third idea is the one that quietly reframes the whole game. Most of us are taught exactly one way to make money. You sell your time and your effort and you get a wage. It's honest and it's necessary, and there's nothing wrong with it. But it has a ceiling because there are only so many hours in a day, and only so many of those hours are in you. The book's whole shift is to start holding a second question in your head at the same time. Not only how do I earn more, but how do I get some of what I keep to go out and earn on my behalf? Money that works while you sleep, instead of only money that arrives because you showed up. Now you don't need a fortune to begin thinking this way, and you don't need to make any dramatic move. It starts as a habit of attention, a small part of what you keep, doing something other than sitting still or being spent. The exact how matters, far less than the shift in how you see the money that stays with you. It isn't there to wait around. Quietly, over a long time, it's meant to work. So let's make this practical. You don't need to change your whole life this week. Just try these. First, look at 3 things you pay for regularly and label each one honestly. Asset or liability. Does it put money in or take money out? Don't change anything yet. Just let yourself see clearly where your money actually goes. Second, the next time you're tempted by an upgrade, pause and ask the one question: will this feed me or feed on me? You're allowed to buy it. You're just not allowed to pretend it's something it isn't. And if you only do one thing, do the first. Three things, labeled honestly. It's a small act and it quietly changes how you see almost everything you own. One thing I've started realizing is that most of life's problems aren't new. Feeling stuck, feeling uncertain, feeling behind. Millions of people before us have experienced the same things. That's why books are so useful. They compress decades of experience into a few hundred pages. We don't have to learn everything the hard way. We can borrow wisdom. Life is hard. Borrow wisdom. I'll see you in the next one. This is educational and reflective content, not financial, medical, or legal advice.